800-922-6777. Today, for a free and confidential consultation, it's 800-922-6777. Time is limited.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Marquette County prosecutor testifies in front of the House Oversight Committee about kids left in unsafe homes and police scrambling to step in. Plus, Michigan State Police and NMU students are teaming up to tackle cold cases. We'll have the details. And 2 Delta County businesses are doing what they can to feed those in need in the Upper Peninsula. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP. This is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening to you. Absolutely beautiful day out there. You get all the credit. Wondering actually if we happen to break any temperature or records today.
Yeah, Kevin, you're welcome. Thank you for giving me the credit for the nice weather. But yeah, there's been some record-breaking temperatures this week already, and we still could be chasing some more. We are well above average. We're probably looking at about 10, 15, even 20 degrees above average for the weekend. So we'll keep you updated on that. But for today, we're looking at sunshine on our 19 News Sky Cam. And this is a look at your radar. Everyone is going to get the sunshine for right now. Temperatures at the moment still up to the lower 70s. So that's well above average. Very comfortable temperatures for tonight into the lower 60s, and we will check on those record-breaking temperature potentials and your weekend in just a few minutes.
Sounds good. Kelly, thank you. As budget talks continue, lawmakers took a look at child protection reports in Michigan's Upper Peninsula on Tuesday. A Marquette County prosecutor testified that shortages in foster care and weak oversight are leaving local children in danger. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has more on the testimony before the House Oversight Committee.
Services. Marquette County's chief assistant prosecutor testified in Lansing this week, detailing what she calls a crisis in care. She says children are being left in drug houses, law enforcement is left without support, and foster options in the UP are shrinking.
There's several quotes about the fact that you can judge a society and how they treat their children, and so I would like to see our society do a little better.
Babel says she has spent nearly a decade handling child abuse and neglect cases in the UP and presented examples she's seen that show how the system is breaking down.
We had troopers actually babysitting an infant for 24 hours while they waited for something to happen, where they had to go out and buy diapers and formula to care for the child.
One case she shared involved a teenager from Marquette who was rushed into foster care after a placement facility closed. The teenager ran away and was found in Ann Arbor.
When I do legal updates around the UP, I hear it from every single other county in the UP that they are also not supported by CPS.
Babel warned that low pay is driving foster families away, leaving children in unsafe placements or sent hundreds of miles downstate.
We have a lot of children that are in care right now that are incredibly high needs. They have constant doctor's appointments, and to expect 2 working parents to be able to support the needs of those children is kind of unfair.
She called for more funding, a direct emergency line for police to reach CPS, and real accountability inside the department. Lawmakers have also heard from the director of the Department of Health and Human Services and say they expect to pass more legislation to bring change to the department. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
Michigan State Police is teaming up with Northern Michigan University to shine a new light on old cases. At a media event this week, MSP and NMU's Cold Case program highlighted their ongoing efforts to crack unsolved crimes, focusing on one case still waiting for answers. Helen Diamond disappeared from National Mine in 1981. Helen's granddaughter is grateful for the renewed interest in the case.
A super challenging case. And like I said, to have some resources and to have all that brain power of these students who were just so bright and asking the best questions and all the right questions, I feel like they know what they're doing. And I think that's really amazing.
MSP is asking anyone with information to come forward because even the smallest tip could finally close the case. Over the next few days, Delta County steelworkers are going on strike, not against their jobs, but hunger across the southern UP. WZMQ's Andrew Hands has more.
Throughout the rest of this week, union members from the United Steelworkers Local 21 and the Women of Steel are on a strike for hunger, gathering monetary and pantry donations for the Salvation Army in St. Vincent de Paul of Escanaba. Organizer Donna Dam says for over 10 years they've been proud to do what they can to give back to those who need it most.
We all feel that we have pretty decent paying jobs, and a lot of us feel that it's much needed in our community, and we like to do our part to give back.
This morning began the 3-day donation drive at both Elmers County Market in Escanaba and Pat's Foods in Gladstone. Last fall brought in over $15,000 from the community, and the picketers hold a goal of raising that bar each year.
We always try to beat the record. I always say, we always try to do a little bit more each year. We'll split up everything equal between Salvation Army and St. Vincent de Paul, and it goes into their account here at the store, so then they're able to come in and get whatever they need.
Dam says as time goes on, the need for these donations seems to be more urgent, and that you never know who might be struggling.
Your neighbors, your friends, your family members. Each year it seems like more families need more help in your community, so we try to do as much as we can for them. No donation is too small, so if you can help us out, we'd really appreciate it.
Both groups will be outside each location until Saturday evening from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. In Delta County, Andrew Hans, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is after the break, plus a government shutdown, thousands of jobs on the line, and billions in funding frozen. President Trump calls it an unprecedented opportunity. We'll have the details when we come back.
We have 2 firefighters inside the structure. Mom, Dad! Take them to the carrier! I will never forgive this!
Amazing grace.
I'm gonna spend the rest of my career protecting my father's town, my father's mission.
This is a mandatory evacuation!
We don't quit.
Thank you. It's been a minute since anyone's cared.
That's what my dad would do.
Fire Country returns Friday, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week.
Looking for a car that won't fall apart on the way home? Bam! Come to John's Auto where cars are clean, run great, and don't smell like french fries. Does your car need a tune-up? Bam! Service department. Do you want your car to sparkle? Bam! Detailing department. Need a quieter sister? Bam! Wait. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and the best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette.
We examine EKGs and use advanced imaging to uncover minute details. But what we see is you. We see how your heart beats with love and powers laughter. Even as we practice the latest medical science and perform advanced procedures, what we see is how we can help you live a healthy and active life. Healthcare is a lot of things, but the best care is human. Aspirus Heart Care. What we see is you.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
There's Labor Day specials at Shunk's. In our clearance center, this Ashley sofa with a chase and the easy-to-clean fabric is just $6.69. How about this Ashley 2-cushion sofa? Comes in a choice of colors for just $3.99. Now here's comfort. This high-back sofa with the pillowed arms is just $4.79. There's dining room specials too. This 5-piece set with built-in storage and it comes in a choice of colors is just $7.99. Mattresses, queen-size innerspring mattress for just $1.99. Shop Shunk's today.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for being here. We are currently tracking some more record-breaking streaks of rain-free days. Let me get this graphic loaded for you so you can see what's going on, and maybe it's just another excuse to show you this lovely fall foliage picture. But we are on day 10 without rain, and if we get to tomorrow still without that rain into play, that will be day 11. There it goes for you. And the longest dry stretch is 28 days back in 1925. Don't necessarily think we're going to get to that, but we shall see. And no record-breaking high temperatures for today. 78 is what we rounded off at. That record is 87 back in 1992. But we could break a record for this Saturday with forecasted highs into the lower 80s. But for right now, 80 out to Ironwood, 66 for Escanaba, 76 out to Hancock, 73 for us in Marquette. So a little bit all over the place in terms of temperatures, but it is still all above average for us across the Upper Peninsula. Doppler max is nice and clear, maybe just a few clouds for us, but that will continue continue to advance as we're seeing a little bit of some possibility of a raindrop or two into the late overnight hours, early Friday morning for tomorrow. Really shouldn't give you too many issues for that morning commute, shouldn't give you any more issues through your day tomorrow and even through the weekend. It'll just be a few isolated showers, and we'll see on the future rain totals too, not too much. You might not even see the rain, just depends where you are. Maybe a better chance out to Ironwood and onto Noggin, but out towards Newberry, not necessarily as likely to see it, but have to tell you, this is our next best chance of rain. It could end that streak. It could not. It has to be a measurable amount here into Marquette, but it's going to be overall dry for us. And tonight you could see the northern lights. It is a G0 storm watch, so that's of course on the low end, but the best time to try to get out and see, we're kind of right here into that green area. So we could have a chance to see if we look on the north horizon. Best time is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. We do have a forecast of a KP index of 4, so that's still into the normal range, but tonight actually is, I think, a 4.6, so if you round that up, it's closer to 5, so we could get that little period of 4.6 where we might see some more activity going on. But you might be wondering, I mean, Marquette does see a decent amount of northern light activity, but we are currently in what is called a solar maximum, and that's a solar cycle that happens every 11 years. There's increased amount of sunspots, solar flares, which is what helps us see the aurora borealis, and coronal mass ejections. Really all that means is there's more frequent times and possibilities to see the northern lights, and we're benefiting from that. So if you've missed maybe all of the chances from this year, we'll definitely get some more chances, not only for tonight, but I think tomorrow night is also a KP of 4. So similar conditions, and we definitely do have the clear skies to support it at nighttime. Saturday, probably reaching into the lower 80s and still holding on to upper 70s for the second half of the weekend. Could break some new record high temperatures, but then we're back down to the 50s and 60s to start off next week.
Kelly, thanks again. President Donald Trump shared on social media he and his budget director will decide which so-called Democrat agencies to cut during the shutdown. The president is looking to use the shutdown to make swift changes to the federal government's bureaucracy. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live. Rachel, good evening. What cuts can we expect, do you think?
So the White House says these job cuts could be in the thousands, but they didn't specify as to which agencies or departments that these cuts will be made. Now, there's already a lot of uncertainty surrounding this shutdown, including how long it could potentially last. Now, the president says that this shutdown could give him an unprecedented opportunity for him to make some of these big changes, but others are worried that the president will use this shutdown as an opportunity to punish others. As the federal government shutdown saga continues, the president is seizing the shutdown as an opportunity to slash the federal workforce.
It's likely going to be in the thousands. It's a very good question, and that's something that the Office of Management and Budget and the entire team at the White House here, again, is unfortunately having to work on today.
In a social media post, Trump says he is meeting with Russell Vought, the director of the Office of Management and Budget, quote, to determine which of many Democrat agencies, most of which are a political scam, he recommends to be cut. He adds that the radical left Democrats gave him this unprecedented opportunity. It's unclear which agencies he's referring to and what or who is on the chopping block. The president's comments came a day after Vice President J.D. Vance says the president was open to negotiating across the aisle and was not targeting federal agencies based on politics.
We are going to have to lay some people off if the shutdown continues. We don't like that. We don't necessarily want to do it, but we're going to do what we have to keep the American people's essential services continuing to run.
The administration also announced they are pausing billions in approved funds for projects in states with Democratic governors and senators. Some say these decisions are all part of a plan for the president to maximize the pressure and discomfort of a shutdown. Federal workers have been furloughed, and many government services and programs have also been put on pause until that funding is restored. Now, experts say the longer the shutdown lasts, the more it will impact not only the economy, but also our lives, our daily lives as well. Reporting live for WZMQ 19 News, Rachel Knapp. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much as always. Coming up next on your 19 News, the sound of chainsaws and falling trees, destruction or design. We'll hear how experts are taking care of American forests. We'll be right back.
Update your home with new GE appliances from Kirkish Furniture and Houghton. GE appliances are built to last, have print-resistant finishes, and offer high performance with energy efficiency. Kirkish has a large selection for both kitchen and laundry, free delivery, and 0% financing.
Getting ready, we all have our routine. Finding an outfit. Fixing your hair. And all the other little touches. Gum, check. Keys, check. Phone, check. But of all the things you remember to bring with you, naloxone could be the most important. It can reverse an opioid overdose. You can get it without a prescription in most states, and it's really easy to use. If you or someone you know is at risk for opioid overdose, naloxone could save their life. Keep it on you and at home. For more information about naloxone, visit cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
On the next edition of Comics Unleashed, with your host, Byron Allen, as 5 of the most hilarious comics take it to the edge every night, and nothing is off limits.
That's what I learned in any relationship. Communication is the most important thing. Yeah. The more you can avoid it, the better you'll do. Just avoid it altogether.
Comics Unleashed.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Who will be there when the final whistle blows or the final votes have been cast? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. Autumn leaves are starting to change colors in many parts of the country, and the beauty of the trees is a reminder of the work it takes to keep forests healthy. As Bradley Blackburn explains, sometimes that requires knocking trees down.
The roar of a chainsaw rips through Double Trouble State Park in New Jersey. It sounds and looks like destruction, but this is forest management in action.
You call this a patch?
Yes, this would be a patch for sure.
Forester Lauren Seclair has cut many patch clearings because trees need room to grow, literally.
They have more light availability, more water availability, more nutrient availability. They're not competing as heavily against each other.
These pockets happen naturally as trees age and fall, but in many forests across the country, trees are all the same age due to past clear cutting, when most in an area are chopped down. Today, careful cuts can mimic an old-growth forest.
So what we do in a lot of our forest management is we try to encourage those characteristics. So we take things that happen naturally and just kind of speed up the pace of them.
With the challenge of climate change, good forest management is more vital than ever, and New Jersey's Forest Service wants people to understand how it works. They've even created a video game inspired by the classic Oregon Trail to help anyone learn.
You get to manage a pitch pine forest for 100 years and see how you do, and you have to try to protect that forest from destructive wildfire.
The ripple effects from one patch cut can last decades. On the ground, the down, decaying timber creates rich habitat for mammals, reptiles, and bugs. And predators like hawks have space to swoop down on prey.
Everything here is very intentional.
Yes, everything from the amount of trees we're leaving in here for shade to the placement of this habitat feature.
It's a better environment by design, and healthier forests help the whole planet.
According to the EPA, more than a third of the country's total land is covered in forest. Well-fed or fed up, Americans are making some bold choices when it comes to dining out. Nick Zetrovich takes a look at new trends and why kids' meals are making adults happy.
If there's one thing diners are noticing, it's right there on the bill.
It seems inevitable. The prices seem to go up with everything.
The latest consumer price index shows food away from home rose 3.9% year over year, and full-service restaurant price increases far outpaced overall inflation.
Eating out is expensive. We all know that.
Many customers are downsizing. A new survey of 1,000 diners in the U.S. found almost half of adults, 44%, are ordering off the kids menu.
Of course, yeah. I love when they have a kids meal option.
Why do you do it?
Oh, because I feel like sometimes that's all I want.
Dining right now is definitely about value.
Adoniram Sides is Senior Vice President of Hospitality at Lightspeed Commerce, which provides payment systems to the hospitality industry. He says taking advantage of that kids menu is part of a broader trend in changing dining habits, including nearly 1/3 of customers walking out over long waits, and 40% saying rude service would keep them from returning.
There's this interesting dynamic of people expecting more in terms of the experience, but also, trying to balance out what they are willing to spend money on and what they're choosing to eat.
And despite some tipping fatigue, most people still recognize the value of good service.
I have a lot of friends in the service industry, so I know what it's like and what their wages are, so I try to be respectable about that.
One trend on the rise, solo dining, with 55% eating alone by choice.
Now don't go away. When we come back, Mike Ludlam as your look at sports.
Tell me, Maddie Matlock, how do you feel about the theater?
Someone at this law firm knew they were fueling an epidemic.
When we send our research to the Times, your friendship is over.
The truth is coming out.
You come forward now, you're just a crazy old lady with no evidence.
You didn't see this coming, did you now?
Matlock returns Sunday, October 12th, part of CBS Premiere Week. Catch up anytime on Paramount Plus.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
This is extreme crime.
To catch him, they'll use every trick in the book.
We were operating against ghosts, and ghosts are tough to find.
Top investigators and police use the latest forensic science to uncover the truth and solve real cases. The devil is always in the details. Forensic Factor.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
The Window Store Home Improvement Center is your clear choice for quality products and expert installation. We have a thorough and seamless process, start to finish. From the moment you meet our friendly staff, you'll be amazed by their attention to detail. Our team of experienced professionals take pride in their work, and with our 2-year warranty on all installations, you'll have peace of mind knowing your investment is protected. Plus, we service the entire Upper Peninsula. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Everyone, Tigers highlights will be coming in a couple minutes. The Michigan Tech hockey team and new head coach Bill McCult start the regular season tomorrow night at 8th-ranked Minnesota. The Huskies have the largest freshman class in the country with 13, but they also have several standout returning players like Captain Isaac Gordon, alternate captain Max Kaskaperti, and Steven Sardarian. McCult likes the way his squad is rounding into shape.
Really like our work ethic, our intensity. The depth of this team. We've got some good, healthy competition for lineup spots. A lot of what we've been trying to do is work on our routing, our forechecking, playing connected, being predictable to each other, and just trying to execute at a high level and play fast.
Michigan Tech's two other alternate captains are seniors Jack Anderson and Joe Prouty. Face-off tomorrow and Saturday from 3M Arena is set for 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Dave Shayak begins his second season as head coach of the NMU Hockey Wildcats. NMU travels to Amherst, Massachusetts to meet 15th-ranked UMass Saturday and Sunday. Shayak says last season was pretty much restarting the program. He's happy to start the campaign on the road against a good Minuteman team.
I like the fact that we get to go on the road with this team. It's not as young as last year. We've got some older guys that give us some experience, so that should level out a little bit of the transition for the younger guys. And like I said, our guys are coming along and we're getting better by the week. And I really liked our last 2 or 3 practices. I think we're starting to see some semblance of how we need to play in order to have success.
From left to right, alternate captain Caden Galt, captain Tyler Ewart, captain Inik Ardanez, and alternate captain Zane Dempsey. Face-off Saturday from Mullins Arena is at 7:30 p.m. Sunday start is set for 4 o'clock. The Northern Michigan University men's and women's swimming and diving teams open the season at home with meets Friday and Saturday. The Wildcats will host Davenport, St. Cloud State, and Lake Superior State, which is in its second year of competing. NMU head coach Heidi Voigt says her teams will be tested in different ways.
You know, St. Cloud and Davenport are very good. St. Cloud men are in our conference. Their women are in the Northern Sun. And it's always a battle with them. And I'm really excited and looking forward to some good racing. They had really good sprinters last year. And we have good sprinters. So that's fun. Davenport has great stroke events. And I think they'll give us a good push and a run for our money. So I'm really excited to see how we step up.
There are 2 meets on Friday. The first is at 10 in the morning with the second at 4:30 p.m. The Saturday meet also begins at 10 in the morning, all at the Peace Pool. The Tigers, the Cleveland Guardians, Game 3, the final one in the series, and pick it up in the good inning, the 6th inning. Dylan Dingler with a home run to give Detroit a 2-1 lead. Then in the 7th, the Tigers' bats show up like they haven't done very much in the first 2 games of the series. Wenzel Perez singles to right field. Javier Baez would score, so does Parker Meadows, and the next thing you know, the Tigers have a 4-1 lead. But wait, there's more. Spencer Torkelson will find a pitch to his liking, and that one is going to left field. Stephen Kwan makes a nice play, but there's no way of stopping Kerry Carpenter from scoring. The Tigers lead 5-1. Then Riley Green will single to right field, and that gave the Tigers a 6-1 lead as Perez crossed the plate, and the Tigers go on to win 6-3. They win the series 2-1, and Detroit will face Seattle in the American League Divisional Series, and that should start sometime this weekend. Coming up on your WZMQ 19 News at 11, some good volleyball matchups. I'll be heading to Munising to see what happens between Forest Park, the #1 team in the Division 4 poll, and the Mustangs, who are ranked #5 in Division 4. We will be right back.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News.
It's part innovation, part experiment, and still unproven. The results could reshape schools everywhere. What's at stake when schools put artificial intelligence at the head of the class?
This is something that can work.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Top 10 miracle finishes, top 10 comebacks, the 10 greatest women in sports. Want to see who's #1? Watch all the way to the end of the show. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, counting down the top 10 of everything in sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Who'll be there when amazing rises up or need for a warning comes falling down? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
All right, a
final check of your forecast, things are pretty quiet here, not much going on our radar. We might have a few extra clouds increasing, preparing for an isolated shower or two in the overnight, but we'll keep the sunshine for right now into downtown Marquette, and those temperatures for tonight dipping down to the mid to lower 60s. But overall, this is a very comfortable night and well above average temperatures for the weekend ahead. Lower 80s, upper 70s, lots of sunshine, maybe a bit breezy. Make sure you get those plans set, and I'll have more in your forecast tonight at 11 o'clock.
Sounds good, Kelly. Thank you again. And finally tonight, an upcoming lineup of cornhole tournaments in Escanaba will be raising money for the Delta Animal Shelter. On October 4th, 18th, and the 25th, Upper Hand Brewery will host a number of Bags for Wags tournaments from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., featuring a raffle, food trucks, and an opportunity to adopt a new furry family member. It's $20 to register a team of 2. Half of those entries will go towards the shelter and half to the winning team. We'll have more information at WZMQ19news.com. That's all we have for right now, everyone. We'll catch you back here later tonight.
A most evil act on the most holy Jewish holiday. A driver runs down and stabs